Hey everybody, so I am back with my Muskets and Tomahawks cabin complete, and so I will be able to move on to other things. I did do mostly the work on the inside, although this has a varnish on it now, so it could change potentially the look a little bit from last time, but I actually think it looks still pretty good. I do think the varnish to some degree that I used may have dulled down some of the highlights and weathering that I did, but I still think when you look at it in a natural light, you can still see the weathering on the wood that I had done. So, and definitely without a doubt on the roof. So yeah, so that's the outside, and for the inside I had put in the floor, and so I'm really quite happy with this, the actual floor, because essentially I used Seraphim Sepia. Like I told you guys, I experimented with some different varnishes and or inks, and I guess Quick Shade would be more of like a shellac or something. I'm not sure exactly, but it's definitely different. It's different base. But this really I liked. I did the fireplace as well with a matching coloration. So yeah, so this is good. Quite happy with that. And as well, for a little bit of a flavor, I added a couple of portraits now, and I did wood as well, just to kind of break up the wall a bit. And so you may, hopefully I can zoom in on this guy enough. Now these are small, so they're not finely detailed, but that is actually George Washington. These are kind of generic. Like I just kind of wanted colonial images, not so much something to fit like a British house or a French house. And so this one here, let's see if I can turn this right here and stay zoomed. This one here is General Wolfe, a British officer. So for those of you that are kind of connoisseurs, you may know about this. I don't know. I knew who George Washington was. I knew he was a young officer during the French Revolutionary War, but this gentleman, who was probably much higher ranking, I don't know, at the time, was not somebody I was familiar with. And then lastly, some of you may more recognize this general. He's more of the tabletop variety and quite known for antics, but I thought quite fitting given the contribution to the Muskets and Tomahawks YouTube community. So there we go, last high-ranking officer. And so one thing I'll just throw up here real quick. I'm just going to zoom out and put the I did put some, you can't see them because there we go. I did do some logs to put in the fireplace as well. My fluorescents are kind of rough on my video camera here, but yeah, so I did put some logs in the fireplace. Now I'll just throw up an image real quick of an old frontier house that I looked at online. I typed in French Revolutionary War frontier house kind of thing, and it's amazing. It did not influence me at all in making this. I kind of told you in the beginning of the videos is what I was looking at, but it was amazing to me, despite the fact that this building's probably 150 to 200 years old. Just kind of similar, the chimney in some ways, and then the front of the house, how similar they actually look to me. And so I'll just throw it up. It's in all fairness a really old house that years later, but here it is. And so pretty interesting, to me. That's kind of, I wasn't going for the decaying look. I was going for something that was more functional for the time, but that is sort of the simple kind of frontier house look I was going for, and I think I achieved it. So pretty happy with this. Now, what's next? I'm debating whether I should do another. I'm not going to do another one of these now. Like I've got some other painting to do for bolt action that I'll be doing over the next bit, other projects. I don't even have any miniatures on there on the way for this game yet. And so, but the question is, like, I jumped right into this while reading the rules, just getting this done, which I'm kind of glad, because it was kind of had some momentum just to get this finished. Now, question is, do I build another one of these eventually, or do I buy houses? This took me probably, you know, not straight, but just doing it at my leisurely pace, a good part of a week to do. And so I could just buy the next one, because you need 2 for your basic 200-point demo. You could use up to 3 or 4 depending on larger point games. Do I make another building, or do I buy a building? I don't know. What do you guys think? The only thing I was wondering is if I bought one, it might not match as well as, but I don't know. Meaning it'll be much better looking than mine. But other than that, yeah, I'm not really sure. So I'll talk about my plans for miniatures for Muskets and Tomahawks on a different video, but this is, yeah, my finished cabin. Hope you guys like it. Take care.